There are many different reasons why you might consider using Microsoft Teams for providing professional development, especially if you're working with a community of practice over a long period of time. Whether you are setting up a team in order to provide content that members of your community of practice can collaborate on, or you're choosing to use the chat functions, the meeting functions, or even just the conversations tab functions of the team in order to increase communication and collaboration, especially during the times when you're not together face to face as a community of practice, there's really no wrong way to use Microsoft Teams. Setting up a team specifically for providing professional development is really simple. First, let's make sure that we're in the Teams tab here in the far left navigation or apps menu. If I'm in the Teams tab, which I am, in the center panel, I will be able to see all of the teams that I currently belong to. If those teams are expanded, I will also see the individual channels below the name of the team. To create a new team, simply go to the bottom of this center panel and click Join or Create a Team. Notice that I have two options here. I can either join an existing team by entering a join code. We'll talk about that later in a future video. Today, we're going to create a team. So I'm going to simply click on the Create a Team button. Now notice that Microsoft Teams gives me 4 different options for types of teams. Let's briefly go over these different types of teams. A classes team is meant specifically for educators who are working with students. This type of team gives you the Assignments tab, as well gives you a OneNote class notebook to continue the learning with your students. A PLC team is meant for educators who are collaborating in a community of practice. This might be your ideal team to create for providing professional development, especially if you are used to using OneNote, because in this team you get a PLC OneNote notebook in which all members of the team are invited to collaborate in, plan, and communicate within. The staff members team is more meant for school leaders. So the staff member team is the type of team that is set up currently in our schools as the school staff room. It is meant for administrators to be able to work collaboratively and communicate with members of their staff. They get a unique OneNote notebook called a staff notebook, in which there is a section of the notebook that is specifically for the administrators, and then they can push content out to their staff members. An anyone team is really for anyone. It is meant for if you are managing a sports team at school or an extracurricular club or activity, and you want to be able to communicate with the members of that club or organization. Now, why wouldn't you use it for providing professional development? Well, because you don't have that expanded OneNote notebook. Okay. So we're going to choose PLC. This is our best option for providing professional development. I simply click on the PLC team, and now I have to give it a specific name. Once I've given the team a specific name, I can add a brief description for team members to see, and I can choose my privacy settings. So currently this team is private. Only team owners can add members. I could make this team public so that anyone in our organization, being ECSD, anyone in ECSD would be able to join if they have the join code. When we're ready, we simply click Next. The next step is to start adding people to our team. Now I'm going to show you how to add members or invite members using the join code in a future video. So for now, I'm just going to skip this step and we'll give that a minute, and notice how quickly that team is generated within Microsoft Teams. Let's just find it here. It should be at the bottom. There it is. Now I can always move this team up by simply clicking on the title of the team and dragging it to where I'd like it in my teams list.